everyone, welcome back to Obscurus Lupa Presents. Today's Subspecies 2, so let's recap. King Angus Scrim was just hanging out with the family, when he was killed by his half-vampire, half-hag-woman son, Radu. Radu took the Bloodstone push-pop and continued to be both ridiculous and evil. Also, the subspecies chilled out with him and pretended to be relevant. Meanwhile, student Michele was traveling abroad to study Romanian culture and met metrosexual vampire Stefan, Radu's brother and perpetual mumbler. Michele's buddies, Lillian and Mara, were turned into vampires and subsequently killed in the final battle by Stefan and Scary Eyebrows Carl, who I never bothered to name until now. The movie concluded with a beheading and Stefan turning Michele into a vampire, the two of them resting in coffins to wait for the sequel. And here we are. While it is true that every one of the movies continues where the last one left off, let's not kid ourselves here with the continuity. Hell, the Bloodstone doesn't even stay consistent. Oh, and I hope you like this intro and the theme song, because from here on out, every one of these is gonna start this way. But let's move on to who we really want to see. Hey, my makeup changed! The hell? And the subspecies finally become validated! Hey you! Don't mess up my hair! Ow! Ow. 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 Wait, he had those veiny whips the whole time? So, yet again, the subspecies are just sort of convenient but unnecessary. I'm not certain they were worth naming your movies after. What a day. I get stabbed, beheaded, my bloodstone taken away. What's next? They'll cancel Passions? Because damn it, I am not going to lose my favorite show. Now that Radu's back, Stefan's gonna have to think up new ways to be incompetent. What? No! They didn't even find anyone close! That's Stefan? Oh, well, I guess we can forget that whole first movie. True love forever. Hey Stefan, check it out! It's a blood fountain! Well, if you weren't dead, you would laugh. So, yeah, thanks, Stefan. We'll miss you. Well, that was disgustingly easy. That's Radu. Ba-da-da. Okay, so they fudged it up with Stefan, but we've still got Michele. I mean, she is the main character. They probably kept her pretty consistent. And a swing and a miss. Nice try, subspecies. Now to exact my vengeance. Oh, damn it again! Next time, Gadget. I'm having trouble believing the sunlight issue somehow. It's always so hard to get going after you've been impaled and decapitated, I tell you. Now that Michele's a vampire, you can expect some character changes. Whereas she was about as competent as Stefan was in the first one, she was still strong and independent. Well, you could throw all that out the window. He was so scarf-like. And wait, Stefan died from being staked, but Radu has the same thing happen, and his head is cut off, and he's like, oh well, la-di-da. Must be his evil hag genes keeping him alive. Also, he didn't grab the Bloodstone after he killed Stefan. Seriously, Radu. Oh yeah, hide in that very obvious place. I'm sure he won't see you. Wait, that actually worked? Okay, first things first. Stake Michele, take the Bloodstone, then me and the Finger Demons go on a long vacation. Oh, damn it! Stefan, somehow this is your fault! Even in death you mock me! Man, I have completely lost my cool! Am I the only one wondering what happened to Carl McEyebrows at this point? Anyone? I'm so strong and independent! If I didn't slump as I walked, this would go a whole lot faster. Still strong and independent! Oh, Michele! I was just kidding about that staking thing earlier. Can we talk? Oh, damn it! So yeah, this pretty much goes on for forever. Even after the train ride, Radu's still right on Michelle's trail, which leads me to wonder why she even needed to ride the train if vampires can move that fast. She decides to call her previously unmentioned sister, Becky, and explains her situation in the most rational manner possible.
I want to come home.
Michelle, what's wrong?
I don't want to be like him, Becky.
Be like who?
He bit me.
Yep, doing good there, Michelle. So she asks Becky to fly out and meet her, because of course she can help her with that whole vampirism problem. And by that, I mean no, she's basically calling her on a suicide mission. So, you ever think about being useful, Michelle?
Michelle, I'm getting really sick of this shit. Come on, it's not like you even need it. You're being a total bitch. A bell, my one weakness.
So, a bell scared him off, why? Alright, so here's where the movies start to get a little bit silly. Yes, this movie has featured this scene, but this is where things swing toward the goofy side. Let's say you're an evil hag vampire and you've lost your bloodstone because you're scared of bells or something, and you're out of options at this point. What do? Well, obviously you run to Mom.
Mom, my fledgling stole my bloodstone.
Mommy, how you know love in your heart for your most faithful son?
Oh man, I didn't even have to dub that one. He actually called her mommy. My dreams have come true, Subspecies.
I bring you a sacred gift, the blood of my father.
You know, it's just like a kid when they move out. They only come back to bring you the blood of their father or borrow laundry detergent.
Well, when you put it that way, welcome home, son.
And the bastard boy.
Oh, Mom, really? You had to bring up Stefan? It's always about Stefan. Why can't it be about Radu?
Now hang on, he was getting the bloodstone for his mom the whole time? Bullshit, they said it was like a drug to him. Why would he give a shit if his mom got it? She didn't even want him there anyway. And he didn't seem that anxious to bring it to her in the first movie. It seemed like he had a pretty sweet setup with what he had going on. And are they going to explain the beef she had with him in the first place? Was he just not evil enough for her or what? Whatever the case is, check out this 180.
But I cannot kill her. Mingle my blood with hers.
Oh yeah, he totally digs Michelle. That's why he was trying to immediately kill her in the beginning. They can't even keep the same movie consistent. It's like,
Die, bitch! Oh, wait, she was pretty hot. Can I keep her?
and look at his face. It's like he's asking his mom if it's okay to go on his first date ever.
Come here, Radu. Give me your hand.
Okay, but you aren't going to do that thing you do, are you? Ah, you did! What the hell, Mom?
Burn the dead ones in a fire of blackthorn and cast their ashes to the north wind.
You're really weird, Mom.
She tells him to go right now, but Radu's like,
But Mommy, the sun draws high.
I'm not kidding, that's how he says it.
But mommy, the sun draws nigh.
But she's like,
Bitch, get out!
and he's like, okay. Meanwhile, Michelle is staying at a hotel and falls asleep in the bathtub. When she's found, they assume that she's dead, and the police are sent in to investigate. So why doesn't she wake up? I mean, I know she's a vampire, but that doesn't mean she's comatose. Anyway, we're introduced to a new supporting character, Lieutenant Maureen. He lasts an inexplicably long time in this series. He's investigating Michelle's death and finds the Bloodstone with her things. Oh no, now he's caught up in these wacky vampire shenanigans. Now she wakes up? That's kind of random, it's still daylight out. Oh, so we're back to the not daytime nighttime, are we? I'm gonna guess that she has to walk like that due to the Radu side of her vampirism, since Stefan pretty much just acted normal. And while we're talking about it, since she's the product of a half-hag woman, half-vampire, and a half-vampire, half-mortal, does that make her 1/3 all of those things? Or would she be 1/2 mortal and a quarter hag and vampire, since she was 100% mortal before? I don't know fractions, help me out here. I'll get a Punnett Square started. She ends up running to an old theater where they keep a glass coffin in the back. Guess that's lucky.
I can't believe Mom is making me burn all these corpses. Sick!
Now that Becky's arrived in Romania, she goes to the hotel to ask about her sister. Oh boy, is she in for a surprise!
If you would be so kind, sit there. Someone will be soon to help you.
Corpse? What corpse? There is no corpse.
Hello.
Hello?
Do you speak English, yes?
Yes. Do you?
Not so much. I know from TV. Colombo, Street of San Francisco, Big Bird. It's funny, that Big Bird, yeah?
Ah, easing into the we found your sister's corpse story with Big Bird, eh? He's joined by Mel, a dude from the American Embassy, and they explain the situation.
She appeared to be dead. I examined her myself. On behalf of the Department of Police, I apologize for terrible mistake.
Your sister woke up in the body bag and is running around the strange country in shock. My bad. But Big Bird sure is funny, eh? After asking her to call them if she finds Michele first, they give Becky her things, including the Bloodstone. And Michele is busy being strong and independent. She does that every time she wakes up. I'm not even kidding. After stealing some theater clothes, she attempts to call Becky, only to be stopped by the shower. One of the vampire's weaknesses. So she decides to go to one of those Romanian clubs where they sing in English, of course. And they're always singing about vampires, since Dracula is the only thing they have in that country, apparently. Hell yeah, now we can get to the cool vampire stuff. Alright, wait, false alarm. I apologize. I actually meant she cries some more. Back to wacky adventures with Becky and Mel, they drive to the fortress with the help of Michele's old professor, who again was unmentioned until now. And hang on, if she and Lillian had a professor in Romania this whole time, why were they staying in an old fortress? Was there no school there?
Come and say hello to your old friend Nicolae Popescu!
Yeah, that ought to do it. And again, where is Carl? Did he just not go back to the fortress after the end of part 1? Or did Radu kill him at some point? The professor leads Becky and Mel to Castle Vladislav for reasons that aren't really explained, and he gives them a tour. Okay. You know Becky's missing sister? Are they gonna look for her, or... Ah, hell, not this shit again.
You dare to enter my father's house?
Oh yeah, if he's slightly angled like that, none of them will notice he's a long-fingered goon.
Trespassers are forbidden here. Leave my house at once.
Aw, what? Come on, Radu, just kill them. You're getting to be a real weenie, you know that? Aw man, that was close. Hey wait, does anyone want to stay for coffee? When Becky is dropped off at the hotel, she spots Michele nearby and takes off after her. Wow, this is way better than primetime television. Watching this back, I wonder if anyone thought that running like a penguin looks kind of stupid.
I shouldn't have called you. You can't help me.
So she called her over there, and now she decides it's best not to get her involved? Little late for that.
Then tell me what this is.
She had it this whole time? What the hell was I chasing Michele for then?
Radu! No!
Way to leave Becky behind, asshole. Radu follows Michele back to the theater, where she's decided to start drinking from the Bloodstone. Of course, she's gonna fight to keep it.
No. Please.
Or whine and beg. What a great vampire.
Oh, check out this jacket. It's adorable. What do you think? It's slimming, no?
You are my fledgling. Embrace me as your master, and all that is mine will be yours.
You killed my friends.
So I'll take that as a maybe?
And then she just gives up and he takes the Bloodstone. So I guess this is a good time to do some actual analysis here, and talk about why Michele fails as a protagonist. This will become more obvious as the series goes on, but she's a reactionary hero. That means everything that she does is a reaction to something that happens to her. She never moves the story forward herself. Watch this series and name me something Michele actually does on her own. Just try. That is, when she isn't crying, and she does that a lot. In a weird way, that makes Radu our real main character, because he's actually moving the story along and has, like, goals and stuff. The story is really about Radu in the end, and Michelle's just sort of... Michele. Which is a shame, because Denise Duff is a pretty solid actress and the story is compelling enough, but she isn't given anything to do with it. But enough about that. Let's get back to the funny voices.
Mom, I brought you the Bloodstone.
What troubles you, child?
My hunger for love.
Wow. Okay, yeah. My hunger for love is an actual line in this. Was that what they were gonna use as the tagline for the romance novel version? So Radu is kind of pitching this idea to his mom. You know, maybe his new girlfriend Michele could move in. It could really work out. Unfortunately, he's bummed because, once again, it's all about Stefan.
Curse Stefan for polluting her with his goodness.
Yes, he's so evil that goodness is a pollution to him. But still, love makes you do the wacky. Or so I've heard in quirky popular culture.
I yearn to see her. Suffer to eternity.
Alright, Radu. Not quite as romantic as McScarfington.
Thanks, Mel,
For what?
for being here.
Aw, that's sweet. Wait, Mel, go kiss her again. She wants you, man. I'll take her boobs if you don't want them. Oh, shit.
Alright, now that Michelle's drunk from the Bloodstone, maybe she's toughened up a bit. Now we can get to the badass vampire stuff. Well, time for some more crying. Boy, do I love this cry-a-thon.
Well, one man's boobs is another man's treasure. Hehehe. Oh, damn it!
It turns out that the caller is Michele, who asked Becky to meet her in the park so she can do her favorite thing.
Nothing can help me now. Help me, please. Radu! No! Leave my sister alone!
Becky's a regular human, and she's still got way more balls than Michele. Well, you win some, you lose some. Best to just move on, Becky.
Wow. These sun's a real bitch, huh? Boy, do we suck. Look, see? He's comfortable. Shut up, it's going to be a long eternity.
Becky explains the situation to Mel and the professor immediately pulls out the medieval weapons he had just lying around so they can track down Radu and Michele. Nice that he's so accepting of things. Mel isn't so quick to jump on the bandwagon, however.
Call me when you come to your senses.
Oh well, I didn't want to date William Shatner's daughter anyway. So Becky and the professor head down to the tomb, preparing to slay Radu. And it actually might have worked, which makes me amazed that Radu's lasted this long, but the two of them are interrupted. Well, another crazy old man character down for the count.
Aw, Mom! You brought me some new boobs! You're the best!
Let her go.
Silence! Fledgling, attend your master.
Well, every family has its problems, I suppose. Radu's about to make a meal of Becky when Michele decides that she might as well be useful at least once before the movie's over.
Oh, damn it! I mean, right in the face!
Wow, so she had no super strength or powers or anything? She was just a little old lady, basically?
I'm back! Look, I know you stabbed me in the face and everything, but I'm willing to forgive you because you are my one true love. Or something. Whatever, let's kill your sister.
Give me the dagger, fledgling. It's a magical object. You must never ever touch it.
I mean, Mom's going to be so pissed. Motherfucker! You stabbed my shadow, you asshole! Ah! Quit stabbing me, you bitch! Ah! I cannot believe the week I'm having! Can we still go out sometime? Is that a no? Okay, I'm going to give you one last chance. Otherwise, I'm moving on. Oh, for crap's sake!
The two of them are about to make their escape, but it's daylight already. It was a short night, I guess. Becky says she'll wait for Michele until dark, but not before Michele proves just how strong and independent she is. And that's part 2. There are good and bad parts to all the movies, so I can't say if part 2 is better than part 1. I will say that part 1 had a more serious tone, but it also fell into the realm of being boring at some parts, whereas in this one, the pacing was a little better, but the dialogue was a little sillier. I loved seeing Radu and his mom though. Whether it was intentional or not, they have a hilariously dysfunctional relationship. Overall, it's a pretty solid entry in the series. Let's see if part 3 can continue the trend. See you next week.
Bloodlust, Subspecies 3. The terror continues this Halloween.